Taurus, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your July 2021 Silent Enemies reading. Thank you to those who continue to come and support the channel and in the various ways that you do. I appreciate you. To those who are new, this is 8th House Energy. We deal with elements of the 8th House, which deal with criminology, hidden motives, hidden agendas, people's secret feelings and hidden emotions that they don't want you to know about. We deal with, other people's money, so people who are after other people's money. We deal with elements of crime. We deal with the occult sciences here, so the readings are heavily laced with astrology. We talk about death and rebirth in all various forms because it's Pluto energy. We talk about Mars because we, dealing with people who are competitive, secretly competing with you. So what we're doing basically is providing you with information that'll help you to make the best decisions for you through tarot. As far as the Silent Enemies reading, this is a reading that helps you to pay attention to your intuitive nudges. We are spirits trapped in human form because we had to come down here to learn lessons. And the lessons come to us in the form of our family members, our friends, our lovers, our co-workers, colleagues, business partners, people who are in our energy on a regular basis, because that's the only way we'll learn the lesson. So, some of the ways that we can figure out the people around us, if they're not right, is by listening to our intuitive nudges we get when we're around them. It doesn't necessarily mean that, everything is negative or bad. It just means that when you have an intuitive nudge, pay attention to it, explore it. If it's a false positive, then cool. But if it's not, at least okay, I knew I had a vibe and I listened to it, and it led me to find out that, this family member was actually plotting on stealing from me. Or, my best friend was trying to take my husband. Or, my sister-in-law was sleeping with, my husband. Something like that. You know what I mean? So, those are unfortunate things that do happen. Some people may feel like this is a negative type of energy, but you have to understand everybody has the 8th house in their chart. So when we're talking about hidden motives, hidden agendas, people having, secret feelings about you that you don't know about, people could be trying to scheme on you or take from you. Like, these things you need to know so that you can prepare yourself and arm yourself in the best way possible. So I'm going to put out 3 cards here. We're going to take a look at them intuitively. If this resonates with some intuitive nudges you've been feeling, then just examine those intuitive nudges. At least rule them out. If it's a false positive, good. If not, at least you will be able to understand that, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to because I've been feeling this way, and this reading just confirmed it for me. All right, so take what resonates, leave the rest. This is not going to be for every placement of Taurus, but if it's not, check your other placements, and you'll see at the end of the video that there'll be a list of 4 different types of readings for Taurus. So if this is not your type of reading, you can check out the other readings that are available on the channel. So we have the King of Cups energy, which is Scorpio. That's your opposite polarity. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, that's Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have we have Leo energy specifically with the 7 of Wands in reverse. So these 3 cards could be, I'm going to describe them separately each, but they can be intertwined, meaning that if there's a particular person around you that you have to watch out for, all of these cards could be about that one person, or there could be multiple people that, based on the scenario. So just take what resonates with you. The King of Cups energy, Scorpio energy. This is an energy. Kings are energy of taking action. I don't usually look at them as people, but we can in this scenario. But right now, first of all, we're going to describe it as the energy itself. Kings represent masculine energy, the yang energy in all of us, whether we're a man or a woman. We all have feminine and masculine energies. And the king represents the masculine energy, taking action. Well, what kind of action is being taken by the King of Cups? The King of Cups is someone who's very intuitive. This is somebody who's very compassionate, who's loving. This is somebody who does not wear their emotions on their sleeve. It could be hard for you to figure this person out as far as what it is that they truly want or what their intentions are, especially if you're dealing with someone who has Mercury in Scorpio. They could be very private people, don't like a lot of people in their business, don't, like to speak a lot about things. But this is showing up as a hidden enemy because Taurus is the opposite polarity of Scorpio. So we could be dealing with a negative Taurus in this energy as well as a positive Taurus. The negative Taurus is the one who's doing the bad. Okay, so these readings do address the negative Taurus as well. All right, only because the opposite polarity of Taurus is here, which is Scorpio. So that's you tapping into your darker side of Taurus, which would lead you down to the darker side of Scorpio. All right, with the opposite polarity. I don't know if any of you, some of you may know what I mean, but when you draw the wheel, like this is the horoscope wheel. It's the Egyptian horoscope. But you know, if you divide the circle into 12 parts, right? The bottom, say this is Taurus. The opposite polarity, which would be the side right opposite of it on the opposite end, is Scorpio. So if you go into the deep part of Taurus, the dark shadow part of Taurus, if you go in deep enough, you're going to hit the dark shadow part of Scorpio, right? So this is why I'm saying. So with this energy here, if this is a dark side of Taurus I'm talking to, whatever you're hiding, as far as your, because, you know, the King of Cups is very strategic. This energy is a very strategic energy. This type of energy can play on your emotions and can manipulate emotion-wise. Very lethal energy. Got to be very careful with this type of energy. This is somebody who you don't want to play with. Okay. So if there's a negative Taurus who's in this energy, this is someone who is tapping into their energy, being very strategic about how they go about doing something, how they go about manipulating energy. You know, Scorpio and Taurus are very spiritual energies. So, you know, because when we talk about Taurus, we're talking about the five senses. And we're also talking about, you know, the spiritual descension when we're in the dark side of Taurus. All right, which deals with the, you know, that could deal with the various forms of occult in the Scorpio energy. But at any rate, this is somebody who's being very secretive in reference to how they're coming at you. They're hidden. Their emotions are hidden from you. You don't know what their emotions are. They could be coming at you like they're very loving. This could be a negative side Taurus who's coming at you, or someone coming at you who's very loving in nature, acting like they want to show you love, they want to show affection. This could be somebody who may want to sleep with you. But it's very dangerous for you to indulge. Okay, if you're the negative Taurus, what's going to happen is if you're doing anything to this person, it's going to come out. Whatever you're doing or whatever you're scheming on, it's not going to work. So this is a warning to you to, you know, not indulge in that energy. If you are the positive Taurus, then you need to be careful of the people coming towards you, the people taking action towards you to show you love and compassion, and somebody's a snake, okay? And it could be in a masculine form, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. But for a lot of you, it could be, okay, especially the Taurus women. This could be a man that you, who's coming to you acting like he cares about you and wants to be with you, but he has ulterior motives. And again, this could be a Taurus male, a negative Taurus male or a negative Taurus woman who's coming towards someone acting as if they care about them and they really don't. They're just being very strategic. Collecting information, looking at what affects you emotionally, how you feel about things, you know, so that they can use that against you later on. So be careful of this, okay? Especially if it's somebody you met new or if it's somebody that you cut off and they're trying to come back. Don't take anybody back. I've been telling everybody that. Don't, because you cut these people off for a reason. There's no need to take them back. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. See, for some of you, this person just wants sex, you know, because the King of Cups, he can be sexual. This can look at somebody who's coming at you like in a player energy, okay? Player, playgirl, playboy energy. Somebody who just wants to, you know, play with your emotions, manipulate you. You know, the 8th house deals with sex. So, you know, and Taurus deals with the senses, the body senses. So this is somebody who's going to, you know, you may have intimacy with this person, and this person can put you in a state where you may be open or addicted to the sex. Okay? So be very careful. And speaking of the sex, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is someone who could be very attractive, very alluring, very mysterious. They turn you on. There's chemistry between you two. You got to be careful with this person, you know, because the Ace of Wands, you know, when it's upright, this could talk about your intuition, okay? Following your intuition, listening to your intuition, the universe sending you intuitive messages. In reverse, this is your intuition as well, but it is coming from the lower end, the darker side. So somebody's listening to their darker side energies, okay? So it could be a negative Taurus, like I said, or a a negative Taurus woman or a negative Taurus man, coming towards someone. But it could also be a cross watcher as well. So very sexual, strong energy here. There could even be magic involved, sex magic. Okay, so some of you need to be careful. There were some of you who were doing sex magic on people. There are some of you who were the victim of sex magic. Okay, because again, we're dealing with the wands. The wands are very spiritual energy. Okay, when it's in reverse, it's about sex, but it's still very spiritual in a sense where it's otherworldly. Okay, and Scorpio deals with otherworldly as well. It deals with the occult. It deals with the supernatural, sexuality itself. So this is where I get the energy of, for some of you, somebody might have been doing sex magic. Could have been candle magic, but there's something suspicious about this person. Be very careful laying down with them. Okay, with this 7 of Wands energy in reverse here, I feel like this is someone trying to render you defenseless. So for some of you, this is about sex magic. Not all of you. Now, for others of you, this 7 of Wands in reverse is an energy of you letting down your defenses, letting your guard down in some way, shape, or form. Someone trying to get your guard down. Okay, I just can't help but to see someone's trying to manipulate you sexually, or somebody has been trying to manipulate someone sexually. I can't help but see that. There's somebody who's doing sex magic, and I really didn't want this to be about you, but I have to read the cards the way I see them. The Ace of Wands could also talk about rejection. Somebody is mad that you rejected them, and that could be why they're doing the sex. Here we go again. That could be why they're doing the sex magic, because they're upset that you rejected them and you no longer wanted them, so they want you to be weak for them with the 7 of Wands in reverse. But if it's just not about, say we take the sex magic out of the equation, because that's for some, that's not for everybody. For some of you, there's somebody you rejected, somebody who may have made romantic advances towards you and you rejected this person, and they're upset. So they're going to try to come back. They're going to try to figure out how to win you. So this is where the strategic analysis comes in with the Scorpio energy. You got to be careful with this energy. This is somebody who, Scorpios, they can see things that you don't want them to see. They can look at you and size you up in ways that other people won't be able to size you up. And it's amazing what you can see when you're in your Scorpio energy. Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, you're able to see through the bullshit that goes on in that particular area of your life more keenly than others. Okay, and that's because you're like a human lie detector. A lot of people call Scorpios the human lie detectors, because people reveal things in reference to what matters to them, what emotionally charges them, and that's what Scorpio looks at. What makes this person tick? What makes a person tick is what they're emotional about. And so Scorpio can see that. You can, conversate and communicate with a Scorpio, and the Scorpio, instead of listening to what you said, most people will listen to what you said. The Scorpio will look at what you didn't say. You know what I mean? And just dissect it like it's a really intricate thing. But at any rate, this person plays with your emotions and manipulates, and they can manipulate sexually as well. So you got a player energy here who is mad because for some of you, you rejected her or you rejected him, and, they're out for revenge. Okay? For some of you, you work for another level, another group of you, you work in the healthcare field. And I feel like the place where you work, or you're overworked. You're overworked. You work long hours. You're dealing with taking care of people. And you're burned out. So some of you need to be careful as far as how you're working and how much you're working. It could have been that some of you may have been, dealing with COVID, and you may have been some of the people on the front line working in the hospitals, working in the clinics, the doctor's offices all across the world, the globe. And some of you, are overworked. You need to, especially now that the United States here, they declared the 4th of July officially the reopening of the United States. Some of you are, feeling that how can I say this without being disrespectful to, okay, well, it is post-traumatic. The post-traumatic distress of, go, 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 and now that everything has calmed down, now you start feeling the effects of it. Okay, but that's how some people respond when it's crunch time. Like, you know, especially Mars energy. When it's crunch time, you get in it. You don't think about it. You just gotta go. You gotta fight. You gotta fight. But then after the war is when you start feeling the psychological ramifications of it and the post-traumatic stress disorder of it, things like that. Like, you could be in a war and there's explosions everywhere, but then after the war, when you come home and the 4th of July and you got those big ass M80 bombs going off, that could startle the hell out of you because of post-traumatic stress disorder. So for some of you in the healthcare field, your body, you know, you guys are starting to, some of you are starting to decompress and you're starting to feel the effects of it. So some of you need a vacation. You need a break. You need to take care of your body, okay, your physical body, okay, because we're dealing with Taurus, which deals with the physical body. All right, and your psychological aspects as well, because we're dealing with Scorpio energy. Some of you, you've seen some things that are no joke, like you were in the battlefield. Some of you may need to speak to someone. Okay, that's for some of you. What else am I seeing here for you, Taurus? Be careful of violence as well. I do see that for some of you. Somebody may want to be violent with you. The Ace of Wands in reverse could represent a violent individual. Okay, very emotional and fiery with their feelings, especially if you rejected this person. Somebody may want to come back and they may look at you as if, you know, you're somebody who can't defend yourself. You know, especially you ladies where you have men who are just a little, you know, they like to attack women. That type of energy. Be careful. Yeah, you have to be careful not to let your guard down. With people from the past, I get strongly. This is all about people from the past. Yeah, and again, the work situation too for a lot of you. I definitely see that. So that's what I got for you right now, Taurus. So if this resonated at all, feel free to leave a comment and click the like button too. If you want to follow more, what we're going to do in the extended is I'm going to pull 4 cards for each of these and see what other messages Spirit has for you all in reference to these energies. And then we'll pull for some advice. So the extended link is in the box below. Feel free to follow. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. If this is not your reading, check your other placements, or if you look up at the screen now, you should see 4 different types of Taurus readings that you can check out in case this style of reading is not for you. So I'm going to head over to the extended. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.